everybody, and welcome to the $100 a week challenge. This challenge is ongoing, and I probably will be doing this for a very, very long time. Now, it's not just food. This is $100 a week, and I'm going to explain to you what this all means and what I'm doing today and my first week on the $100 challenge. So it's a little bit like going on a diet. You know, you don't all of a sudden just, go cold turkey. So I'm not going to come on the computer. I'm not going to come here on camera and say, oh, I'm not spending any money, because that wouldn't be true. And also, I couldn't do that. So we're going to start with the $100 a week. Maybe that's going to be way too much, but I'm not going to go over that $100. In other words, we're going to stick to the $100 a week budget. If I go under it, I'm not rolling the money over to the next week. That will be money that I can put back into savings or to help pay the bills. So this is this week's $100 a week challenge. Now, I'm going to show you everything that I did this week and where my money is at. So let's get started. This week, I spent $50.99 at the grocery store. Now, I didn't need all of these items, but I was going to be making a couple meals for our children, and there were some things that I wanted. If you take a notice, and I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, you will see potato bread. Hubby loves making breakfast every morning with egg in a nest, or I think they used to call it, other states they call it something different. Well, he likes potato bread. He likes this potato bread. Now, this was on sale for $3.99, but it's often $4.50. If I could save this and not buy this, then I could be saving almost $20 a month. I mean, it really adds up. So about $5 a week would be $20 a month. There's some other things I got on here. So one of the other things is we got some cheese. I did get some sour cream. I got the smallest one they had for 99 cents. And so this was $50.99. And then hubby needed gasoline for the mower because we're still mowing. And that's where that money went. And this is what he's doing. So let's just say we've spent $51 and then we spent $20 on gas. So that would be $71. Spent $10 at the thrift store. So here's where we get a little bit interesting. I do my Thrifty Thursdays and I tell everybody what I'm buying at the thrift store. But I have two videos up, I think one or two, that was before all of this. So it's a challenge because my videos sometimes are like 7 to 10 days out. So those videos would have been before all of this. I know this is going to be a little confusing just for a week or two. But I wanted to get this up right away because I explained to you my $100 a week challenge. And that means I still went under the $100 a week. So I did about $81. That was a great savings. I'm not going to be spending $50 every week. But some weeks I'm going to have to fill up the tank of gas with the vehicle, and if we fill up the tank of gas with the vehicle, that's $50 or $60 right there. So you can see that is going to make a huge difference. So little expenses is going to make a huge difference in buying food or not buying food. So the $100 a week challenge, what does that mean? Let's go and recap really quick. The $100 a week means all gasoline in the vehicle, all gasoline in the mower. That means all non-food products like toilet paper, that's laundry soap. Well, I make my own, but you're getting the idea. And then food. What it does not cover is monthly bills like hubby's cell phone and the internet and taxes and trash disposal. It doesn't cover any of that. It is covering all personal things that have to do with just food or going away or Thrifty Thursday and all of those things. So that's where the $100 a week is going to be the challenge for me. And like I said, it may go a lot less some weeks, but then some weeks it's going to be really a challenge. Every single week I'm going to post a video for all of you showing you what I spent that week. So it's going to be interesting. Now, with this being said, Today, I am going to work this morning on providing my own potato bread. That would save me tons of money because I have a fully stocked pantry. I'm talking 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds of flour. I have 10 pounds of yeast. I have sugar. So that's going to save me a huge amount of money because I'm going to start using my stockpiles. And then we don't have to buy this anymore. So I'm going to go into the kitchen and I'm going to start working on some recipes. The recipes that I make will be in the description box. I'm not going to go really step by step into detail on these recipes. I have lots of videos on them, but I am going to show you what I am doing. Also, I am using a KitchenAid mixer because that's going to save me a lot of time, and in the long run, it's going to save me money. Running my mixer for 20 minutes this morning is not going to nearly cost what this would cost if I could make it for free, basically for scratch. So I am going to implement some electronics. I am going to be using my crock pot, and I will be using a bread machine once in a while. I don't have any other electrical appliances as far as dishwashers and stuff like that. I don't have that. But I am going to be using some appliances. If they save me money, I'm going to use them, especially if I can use my solar power units. I will be using them sometimes, but not all the time. This is the $100 challenge. This is the $100 challenge. Let's get started. Let's see if we can eliminate some of the things that I'm buying on a weekly basis. And one of that is hubby's breakfast meal. All right, everyone, we just got done making the bread and it is rising. I have to put some of my glass jars away. Now let's talk a little bit. Did this save me money? Would it save you money? Well, it depends on what your household is like. While the bread is rising, I'm gonna sit down a minute because it is a lot of work, and if your time is money, then this won't save you money. But if you have plenty of time, this might just save you a few cents. So, if you don't have the supplies on hand and you didn't buy them years ago, this maybe wouldn't save you so much money. But the flour that I was using actually was from 2020 and it's still fresh. And most of the ingredients that I have, I bought long ago, and it's stock that I need to use up. But one thing about it is you know what's going into your food. Now, what I just did is going to give me 3 loaves of bread. I'm not making 3 loaves, I'm making 1 loaf and some rolls, and then I'm going to keep it in the refrigerator, and I think in 2 days I can make some more. I'm thinking that I could always keep some dough in the refrigerator. That way I can keep making bread and it's not an everyday process. Using a big recipe like this that makes 3 loaves is a lot of work. I don't have freezer space, so I can't make bread and freeze it. So we're gonna try it this way, and it was called potato, well, I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and get my book and I'll tell you what it was called. All right, I have to go hang the wash out now, but it's called potato sponge. And they used to do that in the olden days. They would have a potato sponge. Basically, it was dough, and then they would take some of the dough out, and then they would add flour to it, and then they would make bread with it. So we're gonna be learning the potato sponge, and we'll see how that method works. I'm gonna go hang the wash out. That's another thing that saves lots of money, but it takes a lot of time. So if you make more money using your time someplace else, then this won't save you money. But I'm a stay-at-home mom, a homemaker, and time for me is something that I can use. Even though I am really busy, I still have enough of time to do things to save money. All right, it has risen to double. And now we're gonna go ahead and shape the bread. Now, sometimes you can soak your raisins in water if you want to plump them up. I don't mind that at all. They do seem to cook really nice. So I'm not doing that. I'm skipping that step. Now this dough I'm gonna put in the refrigerator for tomorrow. So I'm just gonna put that in the refrigerator. Now we're gonna go ahead and have the other bread rise again. All right, so this has doubled. This is almost doubled. I'm gonna let it rise just a little bit longer. All right, the raisin bread is finished. I did cut it when it's hot. You're not supposed to cut it when it's hot, but that's what it looks like. Yum, yum. Now I'll just have to wait till the other bread is finished. So the second loaf of bread, I should have made it a larger batch. It didn't rise like I wanted it to. So it should have been a bigger loaf, but it will work. It is absolutely amazing. But it's not high enough. It'll be great for eggs in a nest. So I need to make a double batch of the bread if I'm going to use this big loaf pan. So we're going to keep that covered up. All in all, it was a success.